Let's come on into a comfortable place. I'm going to start upright because I'm afraid if I lay down on my back, I might fall back asleep. So I'm going to start upright. But you guys come on into a place where your body feels easeful and comfortable. And if you do come on your back, don't let yourself fall asleep. You want to make sure that you're softening your whole physical body, but you're staying aware and conscious through the head. And at the same time, settling the thoughts. So let's decide where you want to be. And then come into that space. If you're upright, sit up nice and tall. Let your hands rest on your lap or hand in hand. And if you're on your back, let your shoulders, your hips, your heels, the backs of your hands, everything that's touching the mat get really heavy. And then wherever you are, upright or on your back, let your face soften, let your eyelids get heavy. Take an inhale and a long exhale. And just start to settle and soften. Start to watch the breath. Start to feel it a little deeper. Just watching the inhale and the exhale on each side. So give a few more rounds of breath. And you're just checking in with the head, noticing what's going on there this morning. Softening. Using the breath to settle the thoughts, push them aside, and just press pause. Focusing on the breath and creating a little space of calm and stillness. And with your next inhale, sweep the arms high. Bring the hands together through heart center and pause here. We'll use the next breath or two to set an intention, dedication, a focus, a mantra, whatever comes to mind or you normally practice. And then whenever you're ready, you can release the hands. If you're on your back, just make your way up to a comfortable seat. And let's stretch the legs out long. Give them just a little shake if they were crossed or bent. And then let's bend them so that your chest and your knees come in contact. So for some, you might be up tall, some maybe might be a little bit down low. Doesn't really matter, as long as you can let your chest rest on your thighs and then let your lower back start to round a little bit. And you can bring your hands anywhere that's comfortable. Maybe tuck your nose in toward your legs, maybe near your knees or somewhere around in there. And just take a few deep breaths here, really breathing, sending that breath to the lower back, maybe the mid back, wherever you feel it in the back body. And then we're going to slowly just walk the feet away to your degree. They might not go very far. You might stay right about here. And some of you might be getting a little bit of an added hamstring stretch there. But if you're not getting anything in the hamstrings, then walk your feet a little bit more forward until you start to feel. And if you do have a block or something, you can always use that underneath the knees as well. It's just a nice way to make this into a little bit more restorative of a pose. Just settling here, taking a few more deep breaths. And depending where you are with your legs, maybe stretch them out a little bit longer, keeping a little flex through the heels so toes are pointing up toward the sky. And just slowly letting your body soften in here. Let's take 3 more breaths. Sometimes I feel like I could stay in this pose forever because my body's always achy here. So you can feel free to stay longer if you want. Let's take 1 more deep breath in and out. And then just gently come out of that, come all the way up to a nice tall staff pose, extending the heels, flexing the heels, toes pointing back toward your face. And then just take a twist to the right. So bring your right hand behind and use that as a little bit of leverage to try to twist from your rib cage and your heart. Staying really tall through the spine. Just starting to twist from the base all the way up. Take another full breath. And then gently release and come through center. And we'll take it over to the left. Left hand behind. The right hand can be on the ground or on your leg. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Take another full breath here. And gently release, come back through center. Bring your hands behind, fingertips facing toward your back body. Bend your knees. We're gonna come up into a reverse table. So place your feet about hip distance, parallel to one another. And walk them in enough so that your hands and feet are gonna ground through both the heels of the hands. And then inhale, lift your hips to the sky. And you can keep your chin tucked on your chest if it's okay, maybe walk it up toward the ceiling a little bit. You can drop it all the way back if that feels okay on your chest, on your neck too. But really focus on lifting the hips toward the sky, lifting the heart as well, engaging through the glutes, the quads. Take another breath in, and then exhale, gently release that down. Come on back to your staff pose. Sorry, I'm gonna close this door. It's so loud outside. It's been so long since I could have the doors and windows open and have it not be unbearably hot, but now all the landscapers are up there and it's loud. So come on back to your staff pose. This time, inhale the arms high and lengthen through the spine. And then as you exhale, come forward into your fold. Last time we were here, we were in a rounded back. This time we're gonna try to keep it a little bit longer. So wherever you get to, where you start to feel your legs from the sides of your legs, sides of your feet, and try to lead this time with your heart. So keeping that long spine, and this time really trying to feel this a little bit more through the backs of the legs. Breathing here. And take another breath in. Gently release that. Come back into your reverse table. So setting up your hands and feet again. Inhale, lift everything up for 3 breaths. One more inhale. This time as you come through, if you can, sweep your hips through. Try to keep them lifted. Maybe come onto the heels. This is all core here. Keep yourself lifted for a breath, and then inhale, swing back up to your table. Take an inhale breath up here, and then exhale, swing the hips back through to your best ability. Inhale and lift. Exhale, sweep through. One more time. Inhale, come to your table. Exhale, sweep it through. Inhale and lift. And then exhale, release it back down. And then just cross over your ankles. Come on to all fours, and let's come into our table. And just a few cat-cow breaths, waking up the spine now in a forward and back direction. Just letting the breath move the body. Can't get my music to play this morning, sorry. It's not working. So taking the cat-cows and then any other movements here, wagging the tail side to side. Some serpentines with the whole body. Shoulders, hips. Take a few more breaths. And then come back to your neutral table. Come into center, balance. Just take a breath here. And then center the left hand underneath your gaze. Inhale the right fingertips high. And just take an easy twist open, lengthening the fingertips all the way up. And then exhale, thread that through. Come all the way down. Side of the head. Back of that right palm pressing. And just feeling this twist through the upper, the middle, even the lower back body. Take another full breath. And then go ahead and release. And let's bring those right hand back up. Open it up again. Lengthen it up high. And then exhale, bring it back down to center. Come back to your neutral. And then take a breath in each direction in your cat-cow. Taking your time, moving through that. And then come back through to neutral. Bring the right palm center. Send the left fingertips high. Open it up, lengthen the left fingertips all the way up high. And then exhale, thread that through. Back of the left palm and side of the left side of the head comes down. Take another full breath here. And then release. Come back up with the left hand. Open it up. And then exhale, release it down. Come back through your cat-cow. One time in each direction. And then let's take this into our downward facing dog. So just walk your hands forward a little bit. Tuck the toes and lift the hips. We'll walk this out. Finding the backs of the legs now. Grounding through the palms, the fingertips, the ball joint of the hand, the heel of the hand. And just taking your time on each side, trying to lengthen that heel down, feeling that all the way through the whole length of the leg, including the calf and the Achilles. And then step your feet together toward the back of the mat. Take a full breath. And the next inhale, float the right leg high. Lengthen through that heel. If you want, go ahead and open it up. You can bend the knee or keep it straight. Whatever helps you find a little bit more openness all around. Take another breath here. And then let's take that right foot, step it all the way forward. Drop the back knee. Come on up into a low lunge. Ground through that right heel. Guide the right hip back just a little bit. Soften down through the shoulders. Your arms don't have to be up high. You know, of course, they can be on your knee. They could be on blocks or on the earth. I just happened to send mine high this morning, so you take them where your body finds. Exhale, release. Tuck the back toes. Send that right foot back up to the sky. Float it up. Inhale. And then exhale, release it down to meet the left. Next inhale, take the left leg high. Flex through that heel, lengthen. Float it high, and if you want, open it up. Maybe bend the knee. Another breath in. And then as you exhale, square the hip if it was open. And then we'll step that left foot all the way through. Drop the back knee. And inhale, come on up to your low lunge. And just make sure that that knee stays stacked over your ankle. Your arms can be in any position here. Take another breath in. And then exhale, release. Tuck the back toes. Send that left foot back up to your three-legged dog. Yawn it high. And exhale, release it down. Pause in your downward dog for a full breath. Next inhale, take the right leg high again. Exhale, step it forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale it up. Soften down through the shoulders and through the hips. Another breath in. Exhale, release the hands. This time, step the back toes forward. Inhale, lift halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high with a long spine. Exhale, swan dive. Leading with the heart, bend the knees as much as you need to protect the lower back, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, place the hands, step the right foot back, drop the back knee. Inhale up into your lunge. Soften down. Another breath in. Exhale, release. Tuck the back toes, step the front foot back, coming into your high plank. Modifying, of course, any which way. Dropping the knees, lifting the toes, coming down to forearms. You guys all know the options, I hope. I think. Pretty sure you do. So whichever version you're in, we're going to stay for 3 more breaths. If the knees are lifted, engaging the legs, the quadriceps, the glutes, wherever you are, engaging the core and mostly engaging the breath. Take 1 more inhale, and then we're going to come halfway to our Chaturanga. So you can drop your knees, turn the elbow creases forward, and slowly hinge halfway. Bring the gaze forward as well, and just pause halfway, and then come all the way down to your belly. We'll come into a low cobra, press the tops of the feet, bring the shoulder blades onto the back. Maybe you lift the hands for this first one. Really feeling the back body work here. Trying to lift the belly, press the feet, and then gently bring the hands back down. Maybe press a little bit higher. Or maybe some of you scooch forward and come into a high cobra or an upward facing dog. Take another breath in. And then slowly bring it all the way back to your downward facing dog. And let's take 3 deep full breaths there. And of your third exhale, step the feet together. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale it forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale up. Soften down. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release the hands. Step the back foot forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep high. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back. Drop the back knee. Inhale, up, low lunge on the left. Soften in. One more breath. And then release the hands. Step the left foot back. High plank to low. Inhale it forward to your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale breath brings you back, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. And in that third exhale, let's look forward, step both feet forward this time. Heel toe them hip distance and come into your rag doll. Grab opposite elbows. Drop the crown of the head. Bend the knees as much as you need here to find some ease. Maybe a little sway. Make sure you're feeling something through the backs of the legs and maybe on the back body as well. And take another breath here. And then release the hands and slowly roll yourself up to stand, one vertebrae at a time. Letting the head stay heavy, that comes up last. And then coming all the way to stand. And you can keep your feet hip distance. I'm going to come down to my knees just so I can see you better. You can come to your knees as well, or you can stay standing. Inhale, both arms high. And then with the right fingertips, grab the left wrist. Ground through that left foot. Inhale up and take it over to the right. Standing half moon. Opening through the side body. Use an inhale breath to come on back up. Switch the grip, left fingertips on the right wrist. Inhale up and exhale, take it over to the left. Keeping the heart shining forward. Lengthening the side body. Use an inhale to come on back up. And then bring the hands to the lower back. We'll come into a little heart opener. Bring the shoulder blades together. And then as you drop them down, lift from the heart center. Just breathing, making sure that you're not taking this too far where you can't find the breath. Take another breath in, and then exhale, release, and come back forward to your fold. So come on back down to a forward fold. This time, interlace the hands behind the head, like on the neck or the high neck, low head, and just give yourself a little bit of a stretch through the back of the neck. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and release. Let's heel toe the feet back toward one another. Bend the knees, drop the hips, lift the heart, and come up into your Utkatasana. So you can send the arms high, the pinky sides of your hands rolling toward one another. You guys don't really need to see me, you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Or you can bring your hands to your heart center, if that gets tiresome on your shoulders. Squeezing the thighs toward one another, sending the weight down and back, so heavy in your heels, light in your toes, and making sure that the pelvis isn't curled up or curled down too much, but just that nice neutral spot. Tiny lift from the heart. Take 2 more breaths here. With that second exhale, go ahead and release back into your fold. You can heel toe the feet a little bit wider again. Interlace the hands on the lower back and then drop the arms over, getting that shoulder stretch, or grabbing your strap to elongate the arms so the shoulders are tight. Just notice where the weight is in your feet. It's natural that it tends to fall toward the backs of your feet, toward the heels. See if you can redistribute it so it's a little bit more even throughout the front, the back, and the sides, all around. And take another breath in. And then go ahead and release the arms. Heel toe the feet back toward one another. Come back into your Utkatasana. Inhale, arms high. And then exhale through heart center, prayer twist to the right. Take the left elbow over the right knee, pressing the palms into one another. Dropping the hips, lifting the heart. Breathing fully here. And if you practice opening the arms, you can go ahead there. If you practice any kind of bind here, you can go ahead and do that as well. And take one more inhale, and then exhale, release, bring it back to center. Heel toe the feet wide again, hip distance. And let's grab the big toes this time. Inhale and lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, drop back into your fold. Another full breath. And then releasing the toes, heel toe the feet back together. Back to your Utkatasana, inhale, center. And then exhale through heart center, twist to the left. Right elbow over left knee. Dropping in. Keep squeezing the thighs toward one another, even in your twist. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, release, back to center, one more fold, open the feet, hip distance again. This time let's take Gorilla Asana, walk the palms underneath the feet so the toes walk right up to the wrist crease. And again, bending your knees as much as you need here, dropping into the crown of the head. Breathing fully and deeply. Take one more inhale, and then exhale, release that. Heel toe the feet back toward one another. Come back into your Utkatasana. One breath, inhale it up, and then exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen, forward, back through the tail, and then exhale, place the hands and step back, high plank to low. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the heart, and exhale it back, downward facing dog, lifting the hips. And then stepping the feet toward each other, the back of the mat. Inhale, take the right leg high. This time, bend the knee and stack the hip, open it up. Take another breath in, and then exhale, release and step that foot all the way forward. This time, turn the outer edge of that back foot down, grounding through both heels. Come on up to your warrior one. Settle in. Squaring your torso, dropping the shoulders a little heavier down your back. Take another inhale, and then exhale, open it to your warrior two. Readjusting your feet. Glancing down, making sure your alignment is where you want it. Right knee tracking to the outer edge, right outer edge of the mat. And then let your gaze just settle over that hand. Soften the shoulders. Come back into the breath. With your next inhale, lengthen that front leg, reverse your warrior. And exhale, come back forward, come back through your warrior two and drop into your side angle. So start with the left fingertips high, Ground down through that right heel to guide the hips back a little bit, and then really try to twist the torso open. So the lower ribs are twisting up, the heart's twisting open. And then again, making sure there's not 100% of your weight in that right elbow. You can check it by sending it forward for a breath or two. And then keep it there, bring it back. And then bring the fingertips forward to extended side angle. A little bit more length through the left side body. You could take that right hand down to the earth or block as well as an option. You could take this left hand into a half bind as well. We're not going to go to Bird of Paradise today, but if you guys have been practicing at home since last week, if you want to, we'll stay for another breath or two here. You can take it there. Switch my view here, see if anyone's going. I knew Sibel was going to go there. Good job. So let's take 2 more breaths here. Whichever version, whichever variation of your side angle. And the next inhale, go ahead and reverse and lengthen through that front leg again. Send the right fingertips high. And this time we'll take it forward into our Trikonasana. So as you come forward, shift the hips to the back, and then take your whole torso forward as far as you can. Make sure you don't lock out that right knee. And then dropping in, left fingertips to the sky, and again, twisting the whole torso open to your degree, making a beautiful 5-pointed star. Your head's the 5th point. Breathing. Take another inhale, and then we're going to take this right into our balance. So bring the left hand to the left hip, bring your gaze to the right foot, and bend that right knee. We're going to come into our Ardha Chandrasana. Back a little bit. And then start to bring your weight forward as you bring that right hand. If you have a block, this is a great place for it. Bring your weight onto that right hand and right foot, lifting the back leg, flexing that back heel. And again, as much as you can, opening to the side of the room. Left hand can stay right here on your hip, or it can float high. And take 1 more inhale, and then we're going to bring it back to our lunge with the exhale as gracefully as you can. Come back down into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And then with the exhale, windmill it all down. Rinse it through with your vinyasa, or you can go to your downward facing dog and breathe. Just moving on your breath and your pace. We'll all come to downward dog and take 2 breaths there. And then next inhale, step the feet together at the back of the mat. Take the left leg high, bend the knee and stack the hip, open it up. Another inhale, and then as you square the hip, we're going to step it all the way forward. Warrior 1 on the left, so grounding the outer edge of that back foot, ground through both heels as you come up, and then soften into that front leg. Let the shoulders soften down your back, keep a little lift from the heart. 1 more inhale, and then exhale, open it to your warrior 2. Readjusting your feet, glancing down, checking your alignment, and then let the gaze settle right over that front hand. Softening the shoulders. Next inhale. Lengthen that front leg, reverse your warrior. Inhale, and then exhale, come back forward through your warrior 2, and then we'll take it into our side angle. So start with the right fingertips high, grounding through that left heel, guiding the left hip back just a little bit more. Twisting the whole torso, now the left ribs, the lower ribs, open, the heart open, making sure that that left hand isn't taking all of the weight. Breathing here. And then take those right fingertips all the way forward to extended side angle. Keep opening the heart to the side of the room. And then go ahead and take this any further, half bind, full bind, bird of paradise, or stay right here and breathe for a few more. Maybe you send the left fingertips forward and engage the core a little bit more. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and reverse, lengthen out that front leg, lengthen the side body. And this time we'll take this into a triangle, so shifting the hips back, bringing the torso forward, and then dropping in. Right fingertips high, opening up, continuing to open up the side body to the side of the room. So it's easy sometimes to glance down and let the heart turn down. See if you can keep it open. Keep grounding through that left foot. Take another inhale. And then we'll start to make the transition to our balance. Right hand to right hip. Bend into that left knee and bring your gaze down. Start walking the back foot in a little bit. And then bring the left hand forward onto a block, fingertips, maybe a fist. And start to shift the weight, lifting the right leg, flexing through that heel, continuing to open up through the side body as much as you can. And then maybe the right fingertips float up. Otherwise, they can stay on your back body. And one more inhale, and then gracefully bring it all the way back to your lunge, back to your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse, and exhale, windmill it all down. Rinse it through, high to low. Inhale it up, exhale it back. Take another full breath here. And then inhale the right leg high, bend the knee, stack the hip, open it up. We'll take that series on the breath. So inhale, step the right foot forward, ground the other edge of the back foot. Inhale up, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse, lengthen. Exhale, Trikonasana. Full breath in, full breath out. And then we'll come back into our balance. One more time to our Ardha Chandrasana on the right. Come on up for 3 breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, drop it back into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill. Step the right foot back. High plank to low with the exhale. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Inhale the left leg high. Bend the knee, stack the hip, open it up. And then exhale, step it forward, warrior 1. Ground that back heel. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Lengthen that front leg. Exhale, Trikonasana. Full breath in. Stay for the exhale. And then start to make the transition to your balance. 3 breaths when you get there. One more inhale. And exhale, gently bring it back to your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, windmill. Step it back. We'll come back to downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here, or come on down to your child's pose. Bring your hands back by your heels, forehead to the earth. Take a few resetting breaths. Take another full breath here. And then let's just make our way forward onto our belly. Coming into your Sphinx Pose. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Forearms straight ahead and the palms spread wide, fingertips spread. Soften the lower body. And then gently press down through the elbows. Lift the belly. Lift the heart. Send the shoulders down your back. Let the gaze just settle out in front. Maybe let the eyes soften. Take another full breath. And then exhale, release it all down. Bring the hands by the sides. Turn one cheek and take a full breath in. Turn the opposite cheek, take another breath. And then open up the arms wide. Bring the palm of the right hand all the way nice and flat, open like a T, and then open up onto that right hip. Bring the side of the head down and just open up to your degree. Lengthening through the shoulder, the front of that shoulder. A little bit of a twist through the spine. And take another breath in. And then gently release, come back through center. And take it to the other side. Bring that left palm all the way out. Straight out from the shoulder and then roll onto that left hip. Open it up to your degree. Pausing when you feel your body start to resist. Take one more full breath. And then come all the way back to center. Come back onto your belly. We're going to come into our Locust Pose now. So make sure the tops of your thighs and feet are nice and square. Interlace the hands on the lower back. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale everything up, lifting the toes. Bring the shoulders on your back. And then as you send them down, send the knuckles back. Lift the heart and bring your gaze just off the front edge of the mat. 5 deep breaths here, lifting everything up. 4, 3, 2, one more inhale. And as you exhale, release and turn one cheek. Let everything settle and soften onto the mat. Turn the opposite cheek. And then coming back to center, we'll do one more locust. So you can take that same arm position. You can bring the arms wide like airplane, or send them forward, or pistol lock them forward. Or if you practice both, you can bend the knees, grab the tops of the feet or the ankles, and send everything up again for 5. Maybe rocking a little with each inhale as you fill the belly. 3, 2, one more inhale, and then gently releasing everything down. Softening, again, one cheek to the earth. This time give your hips a little sway side to side, or you can bend the knees and gently windshield wiper the feet side to side, just releasing through the lower back. And then just bring your hands by your heart, gently making your way back to your child's pose. Moving slowly with intention, and then let your hips getting really heavy onto your heels, forehead to the earth. Hands can come back by your heels. Maybe massaging out the lower back area with the fists. And then just shifting your weight to the right, or either side, and bringing your legs all the way out in front, coming back into our staff pose. And let's come back into the pose we started. So let's start with our legs bent a lot and our chest right on there, and a rounding through the spine. So you can kind of nuzzle your nose right into whatever space of your legs is there, and then slowly starting to walk the heels away just a little bit, coming a little closer to the earth, maybe getting a little deeper stretch through the back body here. Maybe walking the heels away a little bit more. Two more breaths here. And then inhale, come all the way up. Let's stretch the legs out long if they were bent a little bit. And let's come into a Janushirsasana. So sole of the right foot to the inner left thigh, and just move that left leg to the left an inch or two. Inhale, both arms high, and then just turning the torso so that you exhale and come down right over that left leg. The left leg can bend as much as you need, just like we did in our double-legged fold. Let your hands rest anywhere that they drop along the side of the leg or side of the foot, but try to keep a little flex through that left heel. Breathing, sending the breath to the back body with just the one leg. Maybe you feel a little bit more on the right side of the lower back. For your next inhale, come on back up. And then let's bring that right knee all the way to vertical. You can bring that left leg back to center. And you can either keep it right here, or you can cross it over. We're going to take a twist to the right. So bring the right hand behind for support and start to twist to the right. And then send the left fingertips high. Lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, come into your twist. The elbow can either come inside the knee, or if that's too much, just grab around the outside of that right knee. Leading with your heart, staying as tall through the spine as you can. And take one more inhale, and then exhale, gently release. Come back through center, release that leg, and we'll take our Janushirsasana on the left. So left, sole of the left foot to the inner right thigh, and just moving that right leg to the right a few inches. Inhale, both arms high, lengthen, and then as you take your fold, just turning your torso over that right leg. Come on down, bending the leg wherever you need. Sending the breath to the back body. And one more inhale. And then come on up and release. And we'll bring that left leg to vertical, either inside the right knee or maybe cross it over. Bring the left hand behind as you start to twist to the left. And then right fingertips high. Inhale and lengthen. And then exhale, come into your twist. If Keep a gentle flex in that right foot. And take one more full breath here. Into that exhale, release, come back to center, and just bring the soles of the feet together, come into your bound angle, Trikonasana. Scoot your heels and pelvis close together. Just let gravity take the knees to their degree, opening. Sit up nice and tall, soften down through the shoulders, and you can let the eyes close here. Just take a few deep breaths, softening, settling. One more inhale. And then exhale and just release. Let the back sort of round. Grab the big toes with your peace fingers and rock back onto your sit bones, finding your balance. And when you have that, go ahead and lift the feet. I'm just going to turn this way. Make sure you have enough mat behind you so that in case you do rock back, you're rocking back onto your mat. And then send your feet to the corners of the room, staying as tall through the spine as you can. Try not to round here. You want to stay tall, engage in the core. And if you want to engage the core a little bit more, try releasing the grip and just sending the fingertips straight through for 3, 2, 1, and then go ahead and hug the knees in and rock yourself back once or twice or 3 times over the length of the spine. And then come all the way down, release that, extend everything open and wide. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Let everything settle, soften, feel it get heavy onto the earth. And then we'll come into an inversion for about 10 breaths. So you have your choice. Legs up in any version there. Scooch over to a wall if you have, or bring a block underneath your tailbone. Shoulder stand, and then of course if you practice headstand, handstand, forearm balance, any of those. And any of those by a wall if you have nearby. So I'm going to come into legs up. So whichever version you choose to come into, we'll stay for about 10 breaths. Let's see. Yeah, okay, just a few minutes. So softening your face, relaxing the jaw, letting your body get heavy. And take one more breath. If you're in shoulder stand, you can make your way into plow. And if you're in legs up, you can also come into plow, or you can just take another breath or two, coming into plow, bringing the toes over towards the top of the mat, hands on the back of the neck, back body for support. And just getting that stretch all the way through the top of the neck, down the spine. And if you're in plow, just gently making your way out. If you're still in legs up, making your way out of that. And everyone coming out, bringing the knees into the chest, give them a nice squeeze. And we'll just take a breath or two on each side of our spinal twist. So dropping the knees to the right, bring your gaze and the left arm out to the left. Take an inhale, open mouth, exhale. And then inhale, come back to center and switch sides. Bring your knees to the left and your gaze and the right arm out to the right. Inhale, exhale through the mouth. then coming back to center. One last squeezing with the knees, maybe a little rocking. Any other last movements before you come into your final Shavasana? Extending everything long. Extending the arms by your sides. And when you get yourself settled, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Helping the body to just really release, get heavy, melt and dissolve onto the mat. Softening the muscles on the face, relaxing the jaw. And starting to bring some awareness back to your breath and to your physical body. Starting to deepen your inhale, lengthening your exhale. And then with the next breath in, lengthen the arms overhead, stretch everything out long. With the exhale, hug everything in tight. And drop the knees to one side. Pause there for another full breath. And then making your way up to a comfortable, upright. And bring the hands together at the heart center and just take the next breath or two to bring back to mind our intention, dedication, focus. And let's honor those thoughts by bringing our hands to our crown, to our throats honoring our words, our hearts honoring our souls, the light that shines in each and every one of us. Namaste.